Music like radio.
It's Craig, and it's great to be joined by Karen Harding. How are you?
Hiya, Craig. I'm feeling really good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm loving these scatter cushions behind you. I know that I should be talking about that, but they're amazing. You into your cushions, are you?
I went through a phase. It was a phase. It's over now, thankfully, because otherwise there'd be no space anywhere in the house.
You could be like DIY SOS. Or
Sometimes that's what I feel. I felt like that. Anyways,
it's brilliant. Now, I want to chat about your new single, Sweet Vibrations, in a minute, but you broke through with Say Something, that massive tune, which has got, if I read, over 1 million sales so far. How does that feel, that your breakthrough track's doing that so far and still is a huge tune when you listen to it?
I mean, when I got the plaque through for 1 million sales, that kind of hit home that it was real, because you get told things on emails and whatnot. But when I got the plaque through and I could like hold something to say that really it made us. I mean, I got a bit overwhelmed. It's like my first baby, really, my first music baby. So I'm really proud of that song, and I'm so happy that people still like it now.
How does that feel like as an artist when you released a tune, you get that, the documentation through to say it's 1 million sales? It must be really gratifying that you've worked so hard. It must be like passing an exam or a driving test or something like that. What's that feeling?
Yeah, that's actually a really good example, like your driving test, when you do so many tries or whatever, and then you finally get there. It's like the same with this. Like, it's the same with songs. Like, you put out different songs, you see what works and what doesn't work, and then when one of them maybe like hits and reacts in a certain way, that's when like you feel like you're doing your job right, I guess. I mean, it's hardly a job, but yeah.
It pays some bills. Because You and I is another massive tune that we're still playing at the moment, which has just got a great hook. It must be brilliant to keep getting all these tunes flowing through, and then people are liking them, like You and I, and then Sweet Vibrations, which is the next one, which has come off the EP, Sweet Vibrations, as well. They've just got a great vibe, and I think it's what we need at this time, because we've had a real downtime during COVID, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I always try and keep the energy high in my tunes. Like, I always try and keep people, excited by what's coming next and everything, and not maybe keep it exactly the same. You and I is more of a melodic kind of song. The melodies and the lyric are quite meaningful, but Sweet Vibrations is definitely more of like a vibe song. When you just feel like losing your mind a little bit, then you can put that one on. So I just try and like vary it with the sounds and the styles of lyrics and melody to just keep, like, I have to keep myself excited as well. I have to like stay in love with everything. So that's why I just try and work with different people, collaborate with different people, and then it means that the sound can grow over time as well.
But does it challenge you as a vocalist then, working with different people? Because do they want different things out of your voice for these tunes? It's like, I want you to do this or be a bit deeper here. Does it change slightly as you go along?
I mean, maybe at the beginning that's what it was a bit more like, but now I think because I know my voice, and I kind of like have taken more of a less of a backseat role, I guess, in terms of the artistry. When it comes to recording a vocal or just like a vocal performance, it's definitely, I feel, all on me, which isn't a bad thing, because that's like, that's me. That's what I'm there for, essentially, after writing the song. And then, but I've been recording a lot at home, so I've been, over the past like year and a bit, I've been learning a lot about vocal recording and doing a lot of it myself, and I really enjoy it. So yeah.
Now the EP, 8-track EP, Sweet Vibrations, which is absolutely awesome. How did you decide which tracks to put on there? Was it difficult just to choose 8?
Well, thank you, firstly. But yes, it was really hard. I have so much material that I've been working on for like the past couple of years, and it was really difficult. But I think we decided on the songs quite early on. We just need to get them finished, and then then it leaves space for more to be on the album when that comes as well. So it's kind of like a taster of what's to come. I think we've still got some amazing songs to come, and yeah, hopefully I can make like a 25 song album, because that's what I feel like doing right now. There's so much material, you know. But yeah.
Must be the biggest album in the world ever at 25 tracks. How long does
could
it
you
take?
imagine?
How long does it take to record a track? As for you, what's the process? I'm just curious, because you get bands in the studio, but as a dance recording artist, how long does it take to put the tracks together?
I mean, every single one varies. It just depends on where we're at in terms of the demo. So usually we get in the studio, write the song, record it. Probably 80% of the time, the demo vocal is used, the one that I did on the date, and that usually takes like a couple of hours or so, depending on how much vocal there is and how many backing vocals, harmonies, ad libs, all that kind of stuff. And then it goes to the producer. Producer kind of works on it, and then I guess we go backwards and forwards, add in, taking away sort of stuff, and then finally get to the finished product. So it's quite a slog.
How does it feel to hear it on the radio? What's that feeling like when you have you been in your car driving around and suddenly it's like, oh, that's me on the radio?
I mean, I can hear it from a mile off. I think any artist can, like, as soon as you see the intro, you're like, that's my song. And then you're like literally straight for the volume, turn it all the way up. And like, yeah, there's no better feeling, I don't think. I mean, even in a club or something, it's not the same as when you hear it on the radio, when you're not expecting it as well. That's the best time, you know?
Baby got them sweet vibrations, keep me up all night, dancing on the waves of pleasure, feeling deep inside. Oh my, I get so high. Baby got them sweet vibrations, keep me up all night, dancing on the waves of pleasure, feeling deep inside. Oh baby, give me sweet vibrations, always on my mind.
Does it sound different on the radio than in the studio?
Oh yeah, definitely. It just sounds, I don't know, like cleaner, in a weird way. I think that's just me technically thinking like that, but yeah, the radio does something to it which makes it, I don't know, it just sounds so good, and also it makes you just feel really proud of yourself for getting it there.
Where's the weirdest place you've heard one of your tunes? There's a question I've just thought of. Where were you when you thought, I didn't expect to hear that here?
I was actually, I think, well, there's so many, but I think, I don't know why it was so weird, but it just was. So I was out for a meal before a gig in, I don't know, up north somewhere, some random club or something. I've got no idea, I can't remember. And we were in this like really small pub. There was barely anyone there, and the music was so quiet. And then I remember just being like, just eating me pork pie or something, I don't know. And then like, just being like, whoa, that's me. And I think that was one of the first times I'd heard it out, like, out and about, you know. And yeah, that was so weird, because it was so quiet and I could still hear it.
And it was like, did you stand up and go, it's me? No, you didn't, did you? You just carried on eating pork pie.
Nah, I just carried on eating me pork pie or whatever it was. I would actually go for a chicken and mushroom, to be fair, like not pork.
Oh, yeah, chicken and mushroom. What was the other one I had the other day? Steak and ale. That's my favourite.
Oh, can't go wrong.
And now let's talk pies with Karen Harding. What's your favourite pie? Now, it's great to see you've been out, Boardmasters Festival, Manchester Pride as well. Was it great to get back on stage after all the restrictions and be in front of live people again?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better, is there, than like just feeling that music and having it really, just the audio, being able to also try new music out in front of an audience, because it had been so long. I haven't actually tried. I don't think I did Sweet Vibrations. I haven't done Deeper off the album, off the EP. I've barely done Undo My Heart. It's just, yeah, it was so amazing to perform it and sing it really like loud and openly after being in the house, stuck in the house singing that kind of thing. But yeah, I can't wait for next summer and to do more.
And it must be great when they're singing the lyrics back at you as well. It must be like, ah, yes, this is it.
I always said that when I was a kid. I was like someone like, oh, what's your dream? And I'd be like, oh, my dream would be to be on a stage performing and for the crowd to know the words to every song, or like to the songs. Yeah. And when that first happened with Say Something, I remember I got in the car after the gig. It was like a club gig at like 1 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Eve. And I remember getting in the car, calling my dad and crying, just because I was just so overwhelmed and so happy that I'd like finally, you know, hit a dream goal. And yeah, it was amazing. It's still amazing now.
I bet your parents are happy, aren't they? That you're calling your dad for that. They must be over the moon.
Yeah, I mean, they're very supportive and very, and just always behind it. I got to send everything to my dad though, which gets a bit annoying because he thinks he's some sort of A&R. Dad, come on.
just take him on tour with you. He'd be all right.
Yeah, I should do. I should just bring him in the studio. What am I doing? I've missed out all this time.
It's free help. You don't have to pay anybody.
Yeah.
Bring Dad, and that's it. I don't need you now. I get roadie, manager. It's all there sorted for you.
Exactly, all done.
So what's the plans for the future then? Obviously, we got Christmas coming up, and then 2022. Are we going to see a 25-track album? Is that what we're going to see?
I wish. My label definitely wouldn't let us do that because it would cost a fortune. Yeah. Well, it would cost a fortune. Like, to be fair, I understand that. But yeah, so we're gonna work towards the album. I've got a few more songs, like collaborations, coming out over the beginning of the year. And yeah, I just hope I can get out more, do some more live gigs, and perform the EP and the album out to crowds. I think it's definitely the thing that feeds their inspiration, for sure. And yeah, just planning on getting back in the studio, hopefully do some traveling, as in to do some writing and songwriting with some other artists and writers across the world. So yeah, should be a good year. Bring on 2022.
Bring it on, and we look forward to it as well. If people want to check you out, are you on Facebook and Insta with pictures of pork pies on there and stuff? We expect this now.
Peas pudding sandwiches. No, only Northerners will get that, I think. I don't think it's a Southern thing.
Like pie and peas, isn't it?
Exactly. Hey, nothing wrong with pie and peas, is there?
No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm at Karen Harden on pretty much everything. You will find me. Hit me up. Send me a DM. Whatever. And yeah, I usually put everything on there, including new music. So you'll find everything there.
Brilliant. Well, Karen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Good luck with the EP.
Thanks so much, Craig. Thank you.
Good luck with travelling, writing some new tunes as well. And don't forget, if you ever need any free help, your dad's always available to help.
Yeah.
Karen,
thanks, Dad.
It's been great catching up. We'll speak again soon.
Speak soon.
Like radio. Like radio. Like music. Like radio.